5 examples of harmonic parallelism in musical theater explained through Star Wars. I'm not sure a nerdier sentence has ever been spoken, but I will be making this video nonetheless. So you might be asking, what is harmonic parallelism, or planing as it's often called? Well, let's say you're John Williams and you just wrote this awesome melody. Pretty good. Now you have to harmonize it, okay? And if you've only passed Music Theory 101, then you might opt for a traditional harmonic progression, something functional, tonic, predominant, dominant. Your 1, your 2, your 4, your 5, etc. And it would sound something like this. Okay, sounds good, right? But it's not the score we all know and love. So what's actually happening in the score? Well, shocker, harmonic parallelism is just parallel harmony. So as the chords move from chord to chord, we are going to be keeping the same intervallic structure. Stick with me. So the melody starts on G, and this G is the 5th of a root position C major triad. Okay. Now when the melody moves to E, we're going to make E the 5th of a root position major triad. The 5th down from E is A major. When the melody is on B flat, we go down a 5th, E flat, and we make an E flat major triad. Okay? Who cares what key we're in? You get a major chord, you get a major chord, everybody gets a major chord. Okay? And it's going to sound something like this. Okay, and now we're home. Now we know what that sounds like. So this is using what's called the octatonic scale, or the half-whole scale. And it's very common in planing to use this scale, and it's going to show up in the next 2 musical theater examples. However, it's not a requirement of planing. So again, in this example, we're going to be using planing in the octatonic scale. And we're actually in the same key, using the same sort of progression as before. So it sounds like this. Okay, you can hear the Star Wars in it. Okay, the second example is also very Star Wars reminiscent in A Little Night Music, A Weekend in the Country, the Act 1 finale, right? We need something very dramatic and very regal, very grand, very fanfare, okay? And so it sounds like this. Planing. Okay, but as I said, we don't need to use root position major triads. We don't need to use the octatonic scale. The important thing is keeping the same intervallic structure. So in Final Storm, The Secret Garden, we have the melody here, and we're going to put that as part of a second inversion major triad like this. Now, the funny thing about this is, when I was music directing this recently, I told the students, even though we're in 3-part harmony, you each get the melody, because by definition, when you're doing harmonic parallelism, the chords have the same structure and the intervals within them also have the same structure. So we have a melody, and a melody. It's like we're in E minor, C minor, and G minor. It's just pick your starting note and you get the melody. So next we have My Psychopharmacologist and I from Next to Normal. And the previous examples have been somewhat chromatic because we're shifting keys to keep that parallel structure in place, but it can also happen diatonically. And by that, diatonically means just we're sticking in the same key, right? So in this case, we're in G Dorian, and we're going to be doing second inversion triads. First chord in the right hand is a B flat, then we have C major, and then we have D minor. But it's okay because they're all second inversion. It's still planing, so it sounds like this. Pretty cool. Okay, so the last example is the Confrontation from Les Mis. Now this sort of combines the diatonic and chromatic elements that we've seen so far. So in the right hand, you can see we're sort of in F Dorian. Okay, so far so good. We start out with first inversion triads, and then we move to second inversion, still Dorian, but now we keep second inversion and we're doing some chromatic alterations. We're shifting keys all over. Okay, so there you go, planing, harmonic parallelism. If you can think of any examples yourself from musical theater, feel free to let me know in the comments. And if you appreciated this video, I would appreciate a follow. Thank you.